Hi, I'm Ernie Medina with TRB, and I'm joined today by Brendan Arbelon, one of our TRB instructors. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the top 3 defensive practical semi-automatic pistol modifications that we see out there in the marketplace, particularly with CCW holders and home defenders and things like that. We're going to go in this video today about those 3 things, which are red dots on your pistols, weapon-mounted lights, and trigger jobs. So first thing we're going to do is actually talk to you a little bit about red dots and those sighting systems. So Brendan's going to talk to you a little bit about that.
All right, so let's talk about red dots. Now, red dots has become a common thing on firearms now, especially in 2021. I have yet to teach a CCW class this year that has not at least had 1 or 2 red dots in that class. Now, what is a red dot? The red dot is typically mounted on top of your defensive pistol right here. Okay, now you can either get it cut or straight from the factory. Now, since we live in California, most firearms you do need to get it modified due to the types of firearms or the types of pistols you can have in California. So once you get it cut, that's what we call it modifications. Now, if you do use a red dot, make sure you do have backup iron sights, since no matter how perfect a system is, it still will fail. Just in case this fails, make sure you do have your iron sights right here, so at least you can get that in there as well. So the beauty of a red dot, right? So I'm gonna turn it off for a second. Right now, so with the dot off or dim to a point where I can't see him in the daytime, I would have to rely on my iron sights. Now, seeing that metal steel target right there, okay? Now, if I aim down, I would have to focus my front sight, right? Based on common doctrine when it comes to shooting. So since I'm focusing on my iron sights, my rear sight's blurry, my target is blurry. So if I was aiming down range, and if I were to shoot, and you tell me how many hits are on that top headshot of that steel target, I would not be able to tell you, because obviously the target's blurry and the rear sight is blurry and the front sight is obviously the one that's clear. With red dots, all you need to do, since it's a projected dot, is never take your eyes or never take your focus off the target and just superimpose the dot as you're shooting. For example, turn it on. I can immediately see where my hit was at, and I can pretty much see the target the entire time because it's clear and it's focused. That's the beauty of red dot, because it gives you the ability to target focus, which is the natural reaction of the body anyway, anytime there is a threat. So not only are you able to target focus, you have better situational awareness, and it does make one of the 5 fundamentals of shooting easier, which is sight alignment and sight picture. That's the benefits of having a red dot in your defensive firearm. Now let's talk about flashlights or weapon-mounted lights. The beauty of weapon-mounted light is it allows me, right, to still shoot the same way I'm shooting 99% of the time, and have the ability to turn on the light just in case you need to confirm or hit a target or see a target, right? The biggest fallacy with a lot of CCW holders is saying that they have this guy over here. Now, I still do have this guy over here, right? Now, even with your weapon-mounted light, you need one of these, okay? Handheld light. Now, shooting with a handheld light is inherently difficult because you're going to be shooting with your primary hand only, okay? Now, how many times have you, as a CCW holder, if you don't actually have a weapon-mounted light, shot like this? The weapon-mounted light allows me to shoot the same way I'm shooting 99% of the time. Now, even with a weapon-mounted light, you still do need this one in a CCW situation. If you're out and about and you haven't confirmed a threat yet, make sure you do identify the targets with your handheld light to ensure that, just in case they're not a threat, no, you're not pointing a gun at them. That's a big difference, okay? There's a difference between a handheld light and a weapon-mounted light. The weapon-mounted light only comes out and is used for identification if the threat level necessitates it to be used. So again, the beauty of having a weapon-mounted light is I can have illumination and not lose my perfect grip when shooting a firearm. Now, when it comes to weapon-mounted lights, I have 2 preferred options, One, when it comes to full size, I prefer the Surefire X300s just because of their switch right here. They have a really gritty switch. At first you think, okay, well that's bad because it's gonna prevent me from engaging the light fast when I need to. Actually, that's quite opposite. You need to be more deliberate when it comes to weapon mounted lights anyway, because you don't want to be accidentally discharging the light all over the place and giving away your position. That's why the X300 with its on and off switch being gritty allows me to actually be extremely deliberate as I am activating the light. The competitor to this one is the Streamlight Tlr-1, which is a good light by itself, but from my past experience drawing with the Tlr-1 from concealment or a duty rig, I keep accidentally discharging the light because of the fact that it has a really soft switch, or the momentary switch on that one is really sensitive. That's why I prefer the X300 when it comes to, or the Surefire X300 when it comes to full-size duty lights. Now going to smaller compact lights, which I don't have here, but I prefer the Streamlight Tlr-7a. It has almost the exact same switch as the X300, but it has 500 lumens for a light that is half the size of this one. Those are the two types of lights that I use, the Surefire X300 when it comes to full size, and the Streamlight Tlr-7a when it comes to compact lights.
If you enjoyed the video regarding our tips and techniques of how to be a better shooter, then sign up for our day-long courses in the desert, where we'll immerse you in the respective platform, whether it be rifle or pistol, and bring you either from basic to a very proficient basic level, or if you're an intermediate or advanced shooter, really sharpen your skills and integrate some of that real world or real life scenario stressors to be better prepared as a defender.